Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, your home for unfiltered college football content today and every single video. Before we get started, make sure to support the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. I do this for fun, but it would mean so much if you guys could support. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. We made it through week 3 with no ranked matchups, supposedly the most boring week of the season, and it was still amazing, but we are feasting. It's week 4. There's 6 ranked matchups. The last time this happened was 2017. Make sure to lock in. Tell the wife that you're not mowing the lawn. Tell your girlfriend you're not giving her any attention. No, actually, don't do that. It didn't work for me. But anyways, it's going to be a great week of football. I'm going to tell you about all my predictions. Let's start now. We're going to do this just like last time, going in chronological order, starting at 9 a.m. West Coast time. Number 4, Florida State travels to Death Valley to face Clemson. This one's going to be on ABC. FSU's favored by 2 points, and a lot of people with logic are going with Clemson in this one just because FSU has 2 really tough games in their schedule this year. Obviously, LSU, they already won that, and Clemson, and that's pretty much it. And if you're going by the odds, they're going to lose one of them. It's on the road. It's a trap game, but I really think Florida State's going to win this. They're just too talented with Jordan Travis, all the wide receivers and speed on the outside, and Florida State's going to go unscathed through the ACC. I truly believe that. Their schedule is just so soft. The ACC's down this year. This will be a close game. One score, it's going to go down to the wire, but Florida State's going to pull this one out. We move on to the big noon game on Fox, number 16, Oklahoma versus Cincinnati. According to some metrics, Oklahoma's a top 5 team this season. Dylan Gabriel's playing great. They're firing on all cylinders. And Cincinnati just lost a game last weekend to Miami, Ohio. And if they would have won, this possibly would have been a ranked matchup even bigger. This is a conference matchup, which is pretty weird because Cincinnati just joined the Big 12. And we know Oklahoma's leaving next year. Everything's saying Oklahoma, but you know what? I'm going Cincinnati in this one. They take it at home. Their first big conference matchup. I think they do it. This is going to be a big surprise. Oklahoma hasn't been tested that much this season. I'm going Cincinnati at home just because of the gut on this one. Also at 9 a.m., we have the battle of disappointing programs, Auburn versus Texas A&M. Both of these teams have good recruiting. They have some hype each year, but they're really just not that good. Auburn's 3-0, and they haven't really played many teams. They beat Cal on the road. That was a pretty good win. Texas A&M is 2-1. They got smoked by Miami a couple weeks ago. I'm going Texas A&M in this one. I just think they're going to have vengeance after that game. Jimbo Fisher will get them ready to play, but again, both of these teams, they're not very good. I wouldn't recommend watching this game. I would watch all the others that I just mentioned at 9 a.m. But we're going to go Texas A&M. They're going to cover the 7.5-point spread. I'm saying they win by 13. Yeah, they win by 2 touchdowns. The final game in the 9 a.m. block that I liked was SMU at TCU. It's a battle of Texas. These teams are going to be future conference rivals. It's on FS1, TCU by 6.5. These teams are pretty evenly matched, and I just know it's going to be a good game. It's going to go down to the wire, but I'm going to overall pick TCU in this one. They're a better team. Moving on to the 12:30 window of games, we have the one that everyone's going to tune into. Number 19, Colorado heads to Eugene to face number 10, Oregon. It's going to be on ABC. Now, a lot of people are hoping for a good game, but it's not going to be a good game. Oregon totally outmatches Colorado in almost every facet, especially in the trenches. Oregon's just way more physical, have a lot bigger dudes. Colorado's without two-way star Travis Hunter. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Shedeur Sanders. It's just going to be a tough one for Colorado. Oregon's going to take it. They're going to cover the 21-point spread. Bo Nix is going to put up 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. He's going to do his thing. Now, I'm not a Colorado hater. I'm just telling it straight to you guys. You guys can keep dreaming about an undefeated Colorado college football playoff champions, but it's not going to happen. Oregon wins by a lot. I actually made a full video about this game. You can check it out. Link in the description. Another ranked Pac-12 matchup will be happening simultaneously. Number 22, UCLA travels to number 11, Utah. This one's going to be on Fox. It's a really tough game to pick. Utah's probably going to be without starting quarterback Cam Rising again, and without Cam Rising, I don't think they're that great of a team. UCLA is a good team, but they have a true freshman starting QB, and true freshmen, it's really tough to go into that environment at Rice-Eccles and win. It's a toss-up in this game, but I'm going to go with Utah just because they're at home. It's just not going to be a pretty game. Number 15, Ole Miss at number 13, Alabama. Now, if I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you're thinking I'm crazy. Ole Miss wins this game. I know Alabama's going to get their second loss at home at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's happening. Ole Miss, hotty toddy, baby. Lane Kiffin, Jackson Dart, they're going to do it. I'm going to speak it into existence. Alabama's on the downfall. 2 losses within the first 4 weeks. We thought we would never see this happen with Nick Saban, but it's happening, baby. Count on it. Finishing off the 12:30 window, we have BYU visiting Kansas. I like this matchup because both teams are not ranked, but they're both 3-0, and they're both sleepers in the Big 12. When you think of the Big 12, you're going to think of Oklahoma and Texas, but these teams, they can creep up on you and win some big games. I'm going to go with Kansas, however. I like Jalen Daniels, their quarterback. I like what they're doing. They're building the program really well, and this is one of my favorite matchups of the day. Honestly, not a lot of people are going to tune in because of all the other games, but keep your eye on this one. At 4 o'clock, we have the Pac-2 championship. Number 14, Oregon State travels to face number 21, Washington State in Pullman. This one's going to be on Fox. It's a great game. I hope everyone watches this one. Two great teams. Cam Ward has been balling for Washington State. Oregon State with DJ Uiagalelei. In the end, though, I think Oregon State wins this one. They're going to play their type of ball. They're going to run the ball a lot, ground and pound. They're going to keep it out of Ward's hands, and I think Oregon State wins this one comfortably. Also, I'll be in Pullman this week to watch the game. I'm going to get to witness it firsthand. I'm going to see how the environment is. I've never been up there to Martin Stadium, so I'm super excited. And if you guys check out my previous video about Oregon and Colorado, I said that if we get 10 likes, I'll vlog that experience, give you guys behind the scenes of what it's going to be like for a fan at that game. So make sure to like that video, like this one, and hopefully we'll get a vlog up there. So at 4 o'clock, we have a great game between Appalachian State and Wyoming. You might say, why are you picking that game? Well, you don't know college football. Group of 5 football is also great. App State and Wyoming are two amazing programs. App State's only loss this season was against UNC in a close one. And we saw Wyoming last weekend, which I predicted play a close game against Texas. These are two great programs. I can't wait to see them battle it out. But I'm going to go with Wyoming in this one. They're at home. Come to Laramie, it's just different. That's the old saying that Wyoming has. They're the highest altitude in college football. That's a tough place to play. Andrew Peasley is a dog at quarterback. I've already talked about him so many times, but I have Wyoming, and I love this group of 5 matchup. Two awesome programs. Number 6, Ohio State travels to South Bend to play number 9, Notre Dame. This one's going to be on NBC, and surprisingly, Ohio State's favored by 3. Have you guys not been watching college football this season? Ohio State has not looked great. They haven't impressed at all. I still have questions about the shaky quarterback Kyle McCord. And Notre Dame with Sam Hartman has checked every single box. They've done all of the things that they needed to do. They went on the road to face NC State and won that game, which was surprising. And I just think that veteran leadership is going to carry them over Ohio State, albeit Ohio State has some great talent, but just that leadership of Notre Dame, they're at home. They get the job done. Number 24, Iowa, and number 7, Penn State, and Penn State's wideout game. This one's going to be on CBS. Penn State's favored by 15. Take that all day. Penn State's going to win by 3 touchdowns, maybe even 4. Iowa's not a good team. They shouldn't be ranked. They shouldn't have been ranked preseason. They shouldn't be ranked now. Their offense hasn't improved enough under Shane McNamara, in my opinion, and they barely beat their rival Iowa State, which is one of the worst programs in Power 5. I just don't see how this is a close game at all. Yeah, this one's not even going to be fun. Don't watch this game. Please don't. Number 17, North Carolina in Pittsburgh. I've been seeing this as a trendy upset pick, but I don't think it happens. Pittsburgh's 1-2, and they're a lot better than what their record says, but I don't like the North Carolina slander. I still think they're a good team. They get the job done easily. UCF at Kansas State, also at 5 p.m. on FS1. I love UCF. They're 3-0. They're a sleeper team this year. They should be ranked right now. I think they should be ranked in over Iowa. And there's a couple other teams that I would rank too, but they're playing Kansas State. I love these new Big 12 matchups. They're a lot of fun. I think UCF wins on the road against Kansas State. We saw how bad Kansas State was against Missouri last week. That was not a fun one. Although they lost on a 61-yard field goal, I would be pissed if I was a Kansas State fan. But I think UCF wins it. Gus Malzahn has them in a great position, and I think UCF's going to compete in the Big 12 this year. Let's get into a little bit of Pac-12 After Dark action. At 7:30 p.m., number 5 USC takes on Arizona State in Tempe. This one's not going to be close at all. USC's favored by 34.5 points. I think they cover it. I think they win by 50. Caleb Williams is going to put up an unholy amount of yards and touchdowns in that game. Arizona State's a really bad team, possibly top 10 worst in Power 5, and they're without their one shining bright spot, Jaden Rashada, their starting quarterback. He's a freshman. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, so I don't think it gets any worse for Arizona State. This is a tough draw that you got to face USC in the first game of the conference schedule. If you want to see an impeccable offense, tune in to Cal and number 8 Washington at 7:30 as well. Michael Penix Jr. has been so locked in. He puts up 4 touchdowns and 400 yards every single game like it's clockwork. The way they beat Michigan State last week, that was just beautiful. Their offense is so fun to watch. It feels like every single play, they're just running and gunning, throwing it downfield to Odunze. He's going up on a ladder, catching the ball. Their wide receivers are so good. Although Cal is not as bad as some people think, a lot of people think they're lower tier in the Pac-12, they're bottom tier. I don't think they're that bad. I honestly think they're a decent team. They do have a lot of returning talent from last year, but they're just outmatched by Washington. Washington's favored by 21, but I say they win by 35. It's going to be a fun one to watch if you want to watch an offensive clinic. Finishing off the day, Kent State at Fresno State. This is a weird one. Fresno State is going to win big. I just wanted to take a second and talk about them because they're not shown enough love. They're 3-0 this year, and according to ESPN FPI, they have a really big chance of going 12-0, and I absolutely believe that. I think they're the best team in the group of five by far. They've looked great this year. They won on the road at Purdue. They just finished shutting out Arizona State, a Pac-12 opponent. I don't care how bad Arizona State is. You shut out a Pac-12 opponent at their home. That's pretty good. And since no one else is talking about Fresno State, here they are. I think they should be ranked as well, and they're going to be a team to watch out for when you're talking about New Year's Six representatives from a group of five team. And also, even the college football playoff, you don't know. Things could get crazy. We saw Cincinnati a few years ago. Who knows? I just wanted to say Fresno State's a good team. Saturday Shenanigans is showing them some love. Thank you guys so much for reaching the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel. Go like my previous video. Get that 1 to 10 likes so I could do a little vlog for you guys. That'll be super fun. But anyways, I'll see you guys later in the week.